Hey, this is Danny from Weird and Wired, and this is a Kay Strat copy. This is the K32, made in Korea in the 1970s. Now, I've actually documented a K32 before on this channel, which was unique in its own way because it had a black finish, and this is also a little bit unique in its own way. So as you can see, this is the sunburst variety. I've seen a few of these documented online, so that's not too unique, but this one does actually have a tremolo bridge, whereas the majority of the K32s I've come across all have a hardtail, and I have still seen a couple sunburst tremolo bridge K32s, but they all have something that this one does not, and that is a truss rod cover. And that's not because the truss rod cover's been removed, it's simply got no indication that it's ever had one. So the reason this stood out to me to begin with was the wood grain on the headstock. I do find that K models from around this time will have very opposing wood grains, which is a great identifying feature to have. So that's what caught my eye, and then I started looking at the rest of it thinking, this sure does look a lot like that K32 I had before. So I picked it up, spun it round, and there on the neck plate was the sticker K32. And much like the previous K32 I did have, this has a great weight to it. The neck feels really nice. So I'm going to put this on the bench, I'll take it apart, and we'll see what we've got going on here. So here's how we're looking under the hood. Nothing out of the ordinary, nothing you wouldn't expect to see wiring wise from a kind of Stratocaster copy. Everything appears to be original, which is great. These pickups, I'm really looking forward to seeing how they sound. The previous K32 that I documented absolutely blew me away. And you can see here we've got our truss rod for the neck, which as it stands is remarkably straight, much like the previous K32. And there is also a little cutaway in the scratch plate, so you can easily access that truss rod if you need to. Now, I would love to hear what you all think about this scratch plate. For me, I absolutely love it. The pickups are far more discoloured than the plate. I love how this tone is completely different, but it's so much character. You can even see the little marking someone's drawn on. It's so much character and personality, and for a guitar that's built from the 70s, knocking on 50 years old now, I absolutely love this. It's all part of the history. So me personally, I am going to keep this as it is, but I would love to know what you all think. Would you kind of give this a facelift, or would you keep this as it is? Now, from my experience, this is a good representation of the sort of quality control of Ks of this era. As you can see, the screws for the back plate cover don't quite make it here, but you know what? It doesn't affect the playability of the instrument, and if you really want, you can pin it down to more personality. I personally love a maple neck on a guitar. I love how they sound, and I love how they wear over time. You can see that this was a well-used, well-loved guitar, and it still has plenty of life in it yet. And if we look at the headstock, you can see the seam line down here, which really shows off the difference in wood grain. So there we have it, the K32 by Kay. I think this is an absolute gem of a guitar, a real great all-round. It's exactly what you'd want a Strat style guitar to be, and comparing it to the previous K32, it totally holds up exactly the same, and I love that, and I love this. The weight is fantastic, it feels nice to play, it sounds great. I mean, the pickups, I did have a feeling on the previous K32 that maybe that was a one-off, maybe those pickups just had the magic, but no, this is just superb, especially on the clean side of things. I absolutely love the tonal variety. Strat style guitars, they can provide a whole lot, and this guitar, I didn't have to do a great deal going into it because it had been so well looked after, and I think there's a reason for that. It's because it's such a great guitar, you don't want it to fall into disrepair. But what do you guys think? Have you played one of these, or have you owned one of these? You let me know all your thoughts and feelings, and until the next time, keep it weird and keep it wired.
Weird and wired.